We knew it was going to be a busy week this week in Formula 1 with all the fallout from Silverstone, but we weren't expecting a driver change so quickly. Nyck de Vries has been axed by AlphaTauri, as we reported to you just a couple of days ago. Now, Danny Ricciardo has broken his silence, revealing how happy he is returning to the Formula 1 grid. But perhaps Ricciardo isn't a long-term replacement at either AlphaTauri or Red Bull Racing. There's somebody else being lined up, possibly for the main team, as Lando Norris gets plenty of praise from Dr. Helmut Marko. I'm Ollie Wilson, this is GPFans, and let's get into the news in Formula 1. Danny Ricciardo has responded to the news that he'll be returning to Formula 1 with the AlphaTauri team at the Hungarian Grand Prix after Nyck de Vries was axed from the constructor earlier this week. Ricciardo has been praised in the last few days for his work with Red Bull Racing this season by Max Verstappen, with the reigning champion believing that the Australian hasn't lost his mojo when it comes to his ability to perform in F1. Ricciardo will return to the grid after just half a year away as Red Bull Racing's third driver, after de Vries, the F1 rookie, struggled to get to grips with life in the fast lane at AlphaTauri without a single point after the first 10 races this season. Taking to Instagram this week, Ricciardo posted a picture with his helmet on with the caption, "Haven't been able to take it off," before adding another post of his smiling face saying, "Happy to be back." His boss at Red Bull Racing, Christian Horner, added his congratulations this week as well, sharing a post on social media saying, "It is great to see Ricciardo hasn't lost any form while away from racing, and that the strides he has been making in his sim sessions translate on track. His times during the tyre test were extremely competitive. It was a very impressive drive, and we are excited to see what the rest of the season brings for Daniel on loan at AlphaTauri." Many believe this is the last chance for Ricciardo after his dismal 2 years with McLaren tarnished his reputation behind the wheel, even if it didn't make a dent in his popularity, while others see this as the Red Bull team getting Ricciardo back to racing, perhaps in time to take the number 2 role alongside Max Verstappen in 2024, with Checo Perez struggling to live up to the high standards set by the team in this year's campaign. As always, we want your thoughts on all of this as we head towards Hungary, either in the comments section down below or get in contact with us at GPFans Global across our social media platforms. Looking at other drivers that could be joining Red Bull Racing in the future, Dr. Helmut Marko believes Lando Norris would suit the team after meeting with the McLaren driver's agent at Silverstone. Norris was excellent at the British Grand Prix last weekend, taking second on the grid on Saturday and second on the podium on Sunday in a bounce-back couple of performances for McLaren in the last 2 Grand Prix. While the young British driver was getting down to business on the track, Marko was meeting with his agent behind the scenes, discussing perhaps the future of the F1 Wunderkid. Now in his 5th year in the sport, he continues to impress at the top level. He has a contract with McLaren until 2025, but among the young drivers, he is by far the strongest, said Marko, talking about Norris. His youthful nature would also suit Red Bull the best. Even better for Red Bull is the fact that Norris and Max Verstappen are very good friends away from the track, although if we were to see the dynamic duo come together at Red Bull, we might have to wait until the end of Norris's current deal with the McLaren team, and it should be pointed out that that constructor is rapidly on the rise this season and perhaps looking to push Red Bull Racing next year. For more on that and everything to do with Formula 1, get onto gpfans.com and GPFans Global across social media, and of course click subscribe down below to stick with us here at the YouTube channel.